Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing, a quick update here while I'm at work. The Bitcoin's starting to crash. I did a gold update earlier, a little crypto update this morning. Put out fantastic update like you see here on Twitter. You got your major upper resistance. We need a little price label up here. Way up. Way, right? Way up there, clone. You got your major upper resistance at $45,969. And a possible dead man's bounce at 40,000 that we did hit with these big, beautiful arrows. See that? We hit that dead man's bounce and pumped up, right? Now, if we zoom out, that was a little mini rising wedge, but not really enough data points in there. So we're going to zoom out to the 45-minute for a bigger time frame from the crash. And if you did something like that, you can start to see some major overhead resistance, right? See that? Major resistance. See that? Then we can get rid of that line, and we can bring this down a little bit more.
Drives the cold Arctic air down the mountain, the Intermountain West.
Bring that to about right here, right? And you'll come in for a nice bottom there. And if we zoom out, see if we have any confluency. We had some support a little bit higher there. But if we run into here, it was nice support there. Then it was nice resistance there, right? So we can see even way back there, this is acting as some support right there. So we'll have that there, and then your bottom where your dead man's bounce was at 40,000 that we already hit. Now you're tanking back to that. Now, if you don't hold this double bottom right in the here where this arrow is and come back up to overhead resistance, you're going to come way down to that target that we had as we zoom out a little bit now. We started from the closer time frames this time. But if we zoom out, we had that target down here when we were telling you where Bitcoin was going to the 200-day moving average, right? Because we have a long-term target of $22,000 or $27,000 to hit first. And then this is actually going to get pushed out on into the future. This should be over here in November, early to mid-November, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. We're going to go with the 12th of November. Me and Charles Manson can celebrate the crash together, seeing as we have the same birthday. But at first, you're going to get to 27,000 because you do have a big crash coming. You've had a big crash, but that's not really a big crash like what I'm talking about, because you got to get down to the lower part of this. See this? We're in a descending channel. See your upper resistance with my industry exclusive pointing tool. See that? Descending resistance, the upper resistance, and then lower support, descending. It's a falling channel, right? So we got to come back down here and retest. Like our tracks in the background are telling us. I got them turned down a little bit because they get kind of in the way, but then it gets hard to find them. Where are they at? There's one. See that right there? This one was telling, this one helped telegraph the pump when we were down in here. That's how we knew we were going to come up. We had our upper end target up into the mid, like 46,000, 47,000. And then we reevaluated and said, well, we could come up to here. But we thought we hit that first pump to a T right here. Back when we were in the Wayback Machine, we kept telling everybody we were having a pump, and we kept saying this was our target of 41 or 42,000. And then we told you to come down to the 200-day moving average. And then we said there was an outside, a 2.5 to 3, a 2 3/4% chance out of a 10 that you could come up to there, and you did, right? Closed a couple of gaps. And now we're going to come back down, and you can see this is telegraphed it here. We told you we were topping out because it showed that was the same as this. And now we're going to come down. And this is saying we're coming all the way down, and we are. We're going to come all the way down. This thing's been running flawlessly since the hype cycle peaked. Way back here in time when Vincenzo was starting his channel, and we had about 6 people, if that would view the videos. And I had a lot of fun doing it back here because I just had fun doing the videos, and it didn't matter if people were watching or not. But I kept telling everybody it was going to crash there, and this forecast has been on point since then, right? So we're coming down there in the next few weeks to 27,000 in a big crash. And then it's going to be volatile, though. You're going to be hyper volatile. And by hyper volatile, you're not just going to do this. You're going to be doing a lot of this, right? Lots of shit. You'll crash and you'll come way up. then you'll come down, then you'll crash, and you'll come up. So there will be spots to make money when it crashes, but you're coming down there in the next few weeks. In the Bitcoin, the XRP, as I move along here, this video is already too long. We broke out of that descending triangle. Then we showed you how we could get that hook nose bear reversal pattern. It's trying to come up for that hook nose Jew bearish reversal pattern off that big gorgeous yellow arrow. And you got major upper resistance. Again, check this out at Twitter with that upper resistance up there, nice lettering, just like the last one had all that writing. But your target is 76 cents. And we've been showing you this since we had our symmetrical triangle that we diagnosed, sniffed out, and detected. And overted and subverted the criminal gangster cartel and the YouTube charlatans, hustlers, fleecers, and heisters that put out the fake information and the fake news to get you bought into the wrong shit. We told you when it was in here, it was coming down here. Now it's almost down there. Nothing's changed, and it's a phenomenal forecast call by Vincenzo. Then I showed you how we're in this falling channel now after we broke out of a descending triangle way back up in here, right? And now we're in this falling wedge, and these are bearish reversal patterns, or bearish continuation patterns. And the targeted move on this would be from up here, the top of the pole to the bottom of the flag, or the wedge. No, technically that's not this. This isn't. This is a fuck. This is a wedge. Get over here. Oh. I have to use you over here. This is a wedge. So that is not how you do the targeted move, right? Targeted move on a wedge. You go from the top of the wedge to the bottom. God, there's so much junk over here. To the point of a breakout. That would be if it was some kind of bear flag, but this is a falling wedge. And this would be your targeted move, almost right down to where we're saying it's going to 96 cents, right? So you got a little bit of time left to trade in here. I'm trying to day trade that yesterday. But if you can hold this, you'll bounce. If you can't stay within this wedge that's tightening up and it's a constricting range, you're going to collapse way down there, that 96 cents, right? And then going to go over for our final coin, yeah, on Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing. What are we going to go over? XDC, we'll go over. I had somebody ask about that the other day, and look at that. Remember we said it's going to be critical if you can hold this major line, and you did. On XDC, and you bounce back in, get rid of some of this. We know we got our lower support at 0.086 cents. And as we zoom out, we know, so you guys can see where we're at. We were in this big symmetrical triangle, which is a continuation pattern, and it did break out to the upside, and it did meet, I believe, the technical target, which would be from the bottom to the top, but it's really more into here. And then to the point of the breakout. And look at that. See that? It met the target beautifully. See when you know the pattern, how beautifully it meets it. And we were doing this the whole time in here and showing you. And then after we double topped and had that left shoulder head or right shoulder, and then a targeted move to the point of a breakout, which was there. And look at that. It got you down to your next target. And that's how we got that almost 86 cents. And we came down beautifully. And now we're retesting this lower support. And if you can't get a good bounce up in here and do something like this to try to form a fabulous, glowing, all jabroni enticing topping reversal double top to come back down, you'll keep straddling this and then crash and break through this, break down into this old symmetrical triangle, and then break out of that and come even farther down to this next target that we have at the bottom of the shithouse. Is this ready to go to the bottom of the shithouse or threaten the shithouse and just crash straight through to get my shit together, or last line of defense before the shithouse right here? It's possible. It's an advisory. It's a shithouse advisory for XDC. If you can't hold this critical level, you're falling into the heart, deep down into the heart of despair, into the get my shit together or last line of defense, and you're going to be facing and smelling and sifting and rummaging through to get home every day, the shit house, not wanting to go there, but you're only one fall swoop away from landing into a world of shit, a pool, ocean-filled landmass of shit that you can't swim out of, and you slowly start to sink down into it, and the shit just infects into your lungs, and you slowly drowned in the sea of shit. at the shit house. So we don't want to go there. So we'll keep you updated. It's the critical level right there at that green old upper lower support. Like